What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Crypto Espresso, where we cover the technicals that you might have missed if you didn't get to watch the Coffee and Crypto live show. We discussed Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some fundamentals, but here I just want to let you guys know what's happening in Bitcoin. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on in. All right, guys, before I even jump into all of the indicators that I want to look at, I want to start by highlighting that blue line right there. Remember it, 54,900, it's really key. What I love that I'm seeing right now is these green candles above it. Can we continue that momentum? That is to be seen. I want to start here on the 4-hourly chart just to give you guys some bullish sentiment and some bullish news that looks like potentially we could see a rise in the price over Bitcoin in the next couple hours. Starting with the RSI, we're seeing both bearish and bullish RSI divergence, and that is where the price and the RSI do not line up. Here's the thing. I think that we have had some negative price action over the last couple of candlesticks. That is the bearish RSI divergence playing out, and I think we're getting close to where it's the bulls' turn to play out their divergence. You'll see back here on the 4th of October versus right now, we are seeing a downtick in RSI points versus an uptick in price. This is a sign that we might be seeing a price rise happen very soon. Let me go ahead and get these out of the way so I don't deal with those a little bit later. But let's go look at the MACD, where we're seeing, again, this isn't confirmation, but it's a trend. We're starting to see the bulls take back over the MACD. The red histograms are stagnating. They're getting lesser. Are we going to see a MACD cross for the bulls here very soon? This is helpful. These are things to keep an eye on. The last thing on the 4-hourly chart, where I got that blue line from that I told you keep an eye on, we're going to look at the VPVR, and this is why this is so crucial. Look at our VPVR levels, which show us where there's a lot of action happening. We're sitting this blue line right at the peak. A little bit earlier this morning, we had been sitting right on that line, flirting a little bit below it, flirting a little above it. The key here is, can we close candles above it? Because if we can close candles above it, that might be the momentum that the bulls need to come up here and not just rest around 56,000, but maybe continue back up to 57 and back up to new all-time highs. If we do not close the candles above it, if we actually end up closing below, it looks like we might have a short stop around 54,400 before maybe making it all the way down to 53,000. There's a good chance that actually could happen, but if we can keep closing candles above it, maybe we can avoid that. Here's where it changes a little bit to the bearish side. I want to go ahead and go over to our daily chart and tell you guys what is happening here. So, as you're seeing the daily candle, while we've had some good bars on the 4-hourly, we have a red candle right now. It's sitting above that blue line, but does it end up closing below? We have to wait and see. Let's look at the MACD that's saying the exact opposite thing that we saw on the 4-hourly. Versus the 4-hourly, we saw the red candlesticks getting smaller and maybe a head towards a bullish cross. On the daily, we're seeing the green histogram bars get smaller, and it looks like potentially we could be heading for a bearish cross. A lot of room left. It's not a done deal, but this is something we need to keep an eye on, and at the moment, it is looking like more of a bearish strength than a bull strength. Nothing's really happening too much on the RSI, so I'm going to go ahead and let's say, not a big deal. Where it gets a little confusing, and we're going to go over here to the market Cipher chart. This is where we actually are kind of in a wait and see on the daily, and we actually see some bearish stuff happening on the 4-hourly. You guys are going to see this, not only momentum looks like it's stalling out up here, we also see the price, the money flow seems to be dwindling. A lot of times you'll see us kind of come down in the red before we swing up green, hit our top, and start coming back down. There is a chance that this price rebounds and comes back up, but that's not certain. There is also a chance it continues to go down, turns back in the red, and that means that there's more money coming out of Bitcoin than there's flowing into it. So this is something we need to keep an eye on. You'll also see on this oscillator, we are currently, this isn't a sell signal, but this is a red dot, which signifies more of a negative price action. That's what we're under. Again, we've seen a red, green, reds come right here. Are we going to see another green flash right after it? We do not know, but for right now, this isn't bullish sign. Even if we switch over to the 4-hourly chart, which despite the fact on the 4-hourly chart, we had some bullish sentiment. Remember that little arc I showed you on the daily chart? It looks, again, it's not confirmed yet. We need to see a little more happen, but it looks like we're kind of getting that sway with the money flow coming back down. You see the blue line of momentum. It came back down negative. You see the VWAP. It's coming back down. Looks like it could be going back up, but as you can see with the VWAP, it changes all the time. Overwhelmingly, guys, it does look like the bears have a little bit more pressure than the bulls, but that doesn't mean the fight is over. It doesn't mean that we can't continue to rally and go hit all-time highs right now. The good news is even if all of this plays out, even if what we're talking about right now is a slight dip, the real saving grace for Bitcoin is that dip would probably only take us down to about 53,000 before we hit a trampoline and resume this healthy rally back to all-time highs. Guys, in the long run, this is kind of a moment. I don't think this is a great time to enter a trade, but it could be a great moment to watch and see what happens next to then make a trade later on the road or even add to your HODL portfolio. Guys, that's all I got. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.